Hello folks, Daily Friend here and welcome back for another Wild West video. Crazy, right? Since the Wild West has updated, I am here to give you guys a guide since everybody's giving out a guide. And this guide is all about the logging profession. And without further ado, let's get started. So, in this guide, there is actually 3 farming locations for the logging guide. And this is the first location. Now, for your equipment, I'd suggest you guys get yourselves a quality axe. Now, the quality axe is actually called the tier 3 axe before. And this costs around $9,000 in the game. But if you don't have this axe, but you have, let's say, an axe gun, or you have that frozen axe from the Christmas event, you can use it since it is still the quality axe. Yep, it is still the quality axe. So let's get started. So this is the area, first area of the farming method, and I'm going to scout around to show you how big the farming area is. So this is actually the lower bottom of the on progress map, which is the highlands. So as you can see here, there are trees, but there are only 2 trees that you're going to cut down from this location, and that is the cotton tree and the wild river cedar. Why are these 2 trees the main priority, or why is it the target? As you can see, I cut down one of the trees, which is the cotton tree, and it's actually easy to cut down. It takes only 3 swings, or 4 swings actually, 3 to 4 swings, and it's down. It gives you 2 logs. Now, as you saw earlier, it gave me 229 XP points. So I'll cut down another cottonwood tree to prove you guys a point. Let's see, 229 XP points for just 3 to 4 strikes, and it gives you 2 logs. So keep that in mind, fellas. So that is the cotton tree, which is also found here in this location, and this is the wild river cedar. I'll show you guys. I'll cut it down to show you the XP points. If you don't believe me, that it gives you 505 experience points. So let me just cut it down. So as you can see, this gives you 505 XP points. So the cotton tree gives you 229 XP points, while the wild river cedar gives you 505 XP points. Now, in this area, you can find 5 wild river cedar, and cotton trees, you can find around 7 cotton trees. And also, take note that if you cut down the tree, you should take its log too. Why? Why, you ask? It is important for the final part of the farming method. But each each tree gives you different amounts of logs. As for example, the cedar tree gives you around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It gives you around 7 to 8 logs. So why 7 to 8 logs? It actually differs. It's actually quite weird, since I've tried doing a run earlier and it gave me 7 to 8. While the cotton tree gives you 2, or maybe, I don't know, 3. Sometimes it gives you 3, but mostly it's 2. Now, if you put that in mind, keep that in mind, that the total logs you're going to get around here for cedar, since there's 5 quantities of trees of cedar here, you just multiply the 7 logs, and that's gonna give you 35 logs in total for the cedar. And for the cotton, since there's 7 quantities of tree over here, you multiply it by 2, since they each drop 2. That's gonna give you 14 logs of cotton. So 14 logs of cotton tree, and that's all done. So this is the first part. Just cut down all of those trees, and remember the quantities as well. I'll just show it in the screen right here. I'll also show the calculations for it as well. Since if you cut down all of the cedar trees around here, you're going to get a grand total of 2,525 XP. That's for the wild cedar. For the cotton, you're going to get 1,603 XP. So pretty neat. So after you've done this first area or this first spot, you have to move on to the next part of the farming method, which is just close by. It's actually the swamp. So we'll head there in a minute. Just take this path over here, and you see there's a swamp. Now in the swamp, the only tree you're going to cut down is only one. There's only one species of tree that you're gonna cut down here, and that is the Grand Cypress tree. The Grand Cypress tree grants you 616 points of XP, and usually it gives you 8 logs. So keep that in mind, that each of these gives you 616 XP each, and it gives you 8 logs. 8 logs in total, sometimes 7, because sometimes some logs do get lost in the swamp. And as you can see right there, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. See, there's 7, and sometimes some of the logs, you know, they tend to glitch under, you know, structures, so you know you can't get them, so be careful on that. So I've counted that there is around 7 cypress trees around here. So if you multiply 616 by 7, you're going to get 4,312 XP around the parts of the swamp. And for the cypress logs, since you usually get 8 logs, so 8 logs multiplied by 7, you get 56 logs. So that's it. Usually these trees are scattered. As you can see, there's one right here and there's one over there. I'd advise to be vigilant, since there's a lot of crocs going around here. There's a lot of gators swimming. So either bring a bandage or bring a heavy gun that can kill the gator. But you know, just avoid them. And over here we have the next spot. This spot is actually this junction right here, or close to that prison camp. So the spot starts over here. The farming starts over here. Now, be vigilant, folks, since sometimes a bear spawn around here. So just keep away from the line of sight, or just take it down entirely if you don't want any threats. So the next tree in the list, or the next tree in this location right here, which is pretty close to the swamp, is the white oak. Now, white oaks give you around 532 XP, and they drop 7 logs per tree, 7 to 8 logs usually. I don't really know about the log part, but usually I counted them as 7. So just be careful. Make sure you collect all the logs. So I counted 8 here. So if we multiply 8 to 532, that will grant us a total of 4,256 experience points, or XP points. And for the logs you're going to get, just multiply 7 logs to 8, and that will give you approximately 56 as well. So this is the locations, and you're going to do a tour, or a path on grinding. So it starts over here, you end up to the swamp, and you end over here. Now after you claim the logs, since I told you earlier to keep the logs, since it is also vital for the XP points you're going to get. If we calculate all of the logs you're going to get, you're actually going to get 161, approximately 161 logs, and you're all going to bring them to Bronze City. Now, maybe some of you are familiar with the sawing bench, but the sawing bench actually gives you 45 XP each log you process, or each log you cut down. So what you're going to do is just go to the lumberyard, you know, and then saw your plank. As you can see, 45 XP each. Now, if you multiply the approximate quantity of the logs you've attained, which in my calculations is 161, if you multiply it by 45, you're going to get 7,245 approximately. And again, since that is just from the plank, and if we do the grand total of the trees we've cut down, I'll put it on the screen right here. Right there. So this is first I'll show you guys the total XP that you get from cutting the trees. So these are the quantities right here, and this is the total XP, and then right here is the total XP you get from just cutting the trees. But then here is the logs right here, the log calculations. So if you process these logs, if you multiply them by 45, you're going to get 7,245 XP, and then you add them together, and that gives you a grand total of approximately 19,941 XP. And I actually done this in 15 minutes. I done the run in 15 minutes, in approximately 15 minutes. And so if it's 19,941 XP, if we multiply it by 2, since 15 times 2, that gives you 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, you're going to get 39,882 XP. And if we multiply it again by 2, it's gonna get to 79,764 XP per hour. So in per hour, you're approximately getting 80k XP per hour, and this is a pure honest work. It's not clickbait. You can actually disprove me and try cutting all the trees down and doing it yourself. But that is just the approximate of the calculation. You're going to get that amount of XP. It's just a disclaimer that sometimes some logs do get lost, and sometimes for some reason some trees give you like an extra log. So keep that in consideration. Plus the time consideration, there is a lot of trouble and danger ahead. Like for example, the gators, the bear, so you have to take them down. That's gonna give you like an extra amount of time. But here's my run. I'll show you my run. I'm just gonna time lapse it, so I'm not gonna waste any of your time. Took us 1 minute. So as you can see, that's how I got a lot of XP. Actually, I leveled up a few levels while doing the run. And after the run, maybe some of you are asking, maybe this method actually gives you money. Well, it gives you some form of money. I calculated that I got around 4,012 $24 from grinding all of that. It's not really sustainable, so if you want money, don't do this. This is definitely just for the XP. So that's it for this video of logging guide, and I hope you guys find this video insightful, and you find it this a good deal, you know, to level up your logging. Maybe because you like the gun in the logging menu. I believe you know there's the Marlin shotgun right here. Yep, there's the Marlin shotgun. So if you want that, you can try out this method of farming. I hope you guys learned from this, and I hope you guys find this helpful. And anyways, guys, see you guys next time. Goodbye now.